Hi guys, what we have covered until now is the basics of the transfer function, and we saw the control system can be represented in two ways. One is with the help of a block diagram where we saw summing points, takeoff points and all those sort of terminologies. Another form was in the form of a signal flow graph where we had branches and nodes. So we saw how we can find the transfer function using both the approaches and what are different terms that are used with signal flow graph and the block diagram algebra. In this lecture we will be seeing what physical changes are brought by the feedback in a control system, how does it affect the performance of a control system. So first of all, as I told you earlier also, feedback is introduced to improve accuracy. So we will say effect of feedback is improved accuracy. I told you using examples also that feedback is basically it is sensing the output and feeding it back to the input. That way we are trying to minimize the error between desired and the actual value. If desired value is higher than actual value, the error signal will be positive and it will tend to increase the actual value. If desired value is less than actual value, then the error would be negative and it will bring down the actual value so as to make it equal to the desired value. So this is how I have the improved accuracy in case of feedback system. Okay. Effect of disturbance is reduced. Okay. In the effect of disturbance in a feedback control system is less as compared to a open loop control system. But this disturbance should not come in feedback path. Okay. The disturbance should be restricted to the forward path. It should not come any time in the feedback path. Then the effect of such kind of disturbances is always less in a feedback control system than in a open loop control system. Okay, this will prove later on. Next is effect of parameter variation. Effect of parameter variation is less. Parameters in this sense, suppose plant has a motor. So motor will have some resistance, inductance and all those sort of parameters, that is magnetic field, intensity, inductance, capacitance, resistance, all those sort of parameters are called as parameters of the system. So effect of change in those parameters is lesser in feedback control system than the open loop control system. Okay, so these parameters refer to plant and controller parameters. Okay, that is the forward path parameters. Okay, these variation may be due to aging, wear and tear. Like with aging, the resistance of the device will increase, so the parameter is getting varied with aging. But what I want is I want consistent performance from my system even if it is aging. Okay, so that will be called as effect of parameter variation. And last, system becomes faster. Okay, system does become faster in case of feedback. So all these terms can be identified or can be proved with the help of a parameter called as sensitivity. Okay, so basically let us first understand what does sensitivity means. Sensitivity refers to, in general life we say a person is sensitive if he reacts strongly for even small things. Okay, for small talks or for small things, if a person is reacting very large, or if a person is making a large hue and cry, we will say the person is very sensitive. Or people who start crying even if you say small thing, or even if you say anything to them, are termed as more sensitive. So more sensitive systems or more sensitive people are those which give large output for small input. Okay, even for a small change in input, the change in output is large, are called as sensitive system. So basically, sensitivity is nothing but ratio of change in output to change in some input or some parameter. Okay, that is, suppose if I am talking about a television system. In case of television system, the output is the channel that you are watching. Okay, so basically if you change the channel number using the remote, the change in output will be termed as, the ratio of change in output by change in input will be termed as sensitivity. We want sensitivity of the system to be high with respect to input. Or let us take another example. Let us take an example of an automobile. There nowadays power steering is very common. So what does power steering means? Even if we change the direction of the steering wheel a little bit, the direction of the car changes widely. Okay, we do not have to rotate the entire steering to take a turn. We need to just give it a little rotation and the car will take a turn. Okay, that is the power steering concept. So basically, even if I am changing the input a little bit, that is the steering direction, the change in direction of the car is large. That means this will have a larger sensitivity. Okay, so sensitivity can be defined with respect to two things. One is with respect to input, like in case of steering. One is with respect to parameter, that is, let us say, motor resistance. With respect to input, sensitivity is always desirable to be high, because even if I change my input a little bit, output should change by a large amount. Like in case of power steering, sensitivity should be high. With respect to parameter, parameters of the system change with aging. Let us say in case of our television system, parameter of the system is the, let us say, cell battery. So we do not want the performance of the television or the remote should go down even if the cells have aged a lot. Okay, even after a lot of aging, the performance should be consistent. So with respect to parameter variation, sensitivity should be less. Okay, no matter how much the parameters are varying, the system should provide consistent performance. That is, let us say in case of car, age of the engine would be a parameter. So no matter how much age of the engine is, we want consistent performance out of it. So that is why sensitivity with respect to parameter variation should be low. So this sort of parameters variation we study in control system. This sort of sensitivity will be studying in measurement. Okay, so let us now talk about only the sensitivity with respect to parameter variation. So sensitivity is written something like this. It is sensitivity of t with respect to g. T is the entire transfer function, g is the forward path transfer function. So it is written as percentage change in t divided by percentage change in g. Okay, now if I expand this percentage change expression, so it would be del t by t into 100% over del g by g into 100%. So it would be g by t del t by del g would be my sensitivity. Okay, so remember this expression that we have derived for sensitivity, that is g by t into del t by del g. This is the sensitivity of t with respect to g. Now let us derive this sensitivity for open loop and closed loop system. If our open loop system is there, simply it would be like this. So we will say transfer function is equal to c by r equal to g. So del t by del g will be equal to 1. Sensitivity of t with respect to g is g by t into del t by del g. So it is g by g into 1, it is equal to 1. So sensitivity of 1 means that percentage change in t is equal to percentage change in g. That is, if I increase g by 10%, then t would also increase by 10% only. So that is what is called as sensitivity of an open loop system. So this is actually undesirable, that if g changes by 10%, t will also change by 10%. I want that effect of change in g on t should be minimum. That no matter whatever g changes, t should not change by a large amount. The change in t should be very less. So let us see what happens in a case of closed loop system. In case of closed loop system, transfer function would be g upon 1 plus gh. So if we calculate del t by del g, it would be 1 plus gh minus g into h over 1 plus gh whole square. So it would be 1 upon 1 plus gh whole square. Sensitivity would be g by t. T is g upon 1 plus gh into 1 upon 1 plus gh square. So this would be 1 upon 1 plus gh. Okay. Now this value is less than 1. That means sensitivity of t with respect to g in closed loop is less than sensitivity of t with respect to g in open loop. So that is how sensitivity with respect to parameters is reduced. That is the point I told you in feedback system, that sensitivity with respect to parameter variation would be less in case of closed loop as compared to open loop. So sensitivity is reduced. That means even if g changes, the change in t would be lesser in compared to the open loop system. That is a very desirable condition. This sensitivity should be as low as possible. For that, this loop gain should be as high as possible. Now this was about the forward path. What if the change in parameter is coming in the feedback path? Okay, that means instead of g, h is changing. If h is changing, the sensitivity would be STH. For that, we need to find del t by del h. We know t is equal to g upon 1 plus gh. So it would be del t by del h minus g square over 1 plus gh whole square. Okay. Then sensitivity of t with respect to h would be h by t into del t by del h. So it would be h by g 1 plus gh into minus g square 1 plus gh whole square. So it would be minus gh upon 1 plus gh. Assume that high loop gain gh is much greater than 1, then this sensitivity would be minus 1. Here minus sign indicates that percentage change in t is equal to minus of percentage change in g. That is, if g is percentage change in h. That is, if h is increased by 10%, t will decrease by 10%. Okay. The ratio is 1 in magnitude but negative in sign. Negative sign means the change in h will be opposite to the change in t. If h increases, t decreases, and if h decreases, t increases. But if you see, sensitivity is 1. That means in case of feedback also, sensitivity with respect to parameter variation in feedback is not reduced. Okay. In feedback, the sensitivity will remain same. That means feedback parameters should never change. Even in closed loop also, since we are not getting reduced sensitivity, the feedback parameter should remain constant. A feedback parameter should never change. That is why we do not accept any disturbance in the feedback system. Disturbances in feedback systems are never acceptable because the sensitivity with respect to feedback parameter is high. So how to reject any disturbances that arrive in the feedback parameters? We need to shield the system from those disturbances. How can we shield the system from disturbances is, we need to provide a metallic shield around the feedback sensor, because in case of metal the effect of electromagnetic interference is less. Electromagnetic waves cannot propagate inside the metals due to less value of skin depth. Okay, skin depth of metals or conductors is very less. Skin depth is basically the length up to which an electromagnetic wave can propagate inside a material. That length is very less in case of metals or conductors. So if we provide conductor shielding or metallic shielding around the sensor, then electromagnetic wave will not be able to reach the sensor, and we will be able to shield our sensor from the external interferences. The other reason why disturbances are harmful for sensor is because sensor is a low power device, that is it will be operating at 5 ampere, 4 ampere, such sort of currents. But forward path is generally high power devices, because forward path consists of motor. Motor will generally operate at 100 ampere, 200 ampere. So if disturbance of 1 ampere is coming in forward path, it will be 1 in 100 ampere, but in sensor 1 ampere would be in terms of 5 ampere. Okay, so effect of 1 ampere on 5 ampere would be very high, whereas effect of 1 ampere on 100 ampere would be less. That is why we need to shield the feedback path from any disturbances. So in any control system, feedback path is highly shielded, because a disturbance in feedback system can reduce the performance of the system and it worstly affects the output of the system. Okay, so do remember that feedback reduces the sensitivity with respect to parameter variation in forward path, but it does not reduce the sensitivity with respect to parameter variation in the feedback path. Now let us talk about regenerative feedback. Regenerative feedback means positive feedback. Okay, so how will positive feedback look like? In terms of signal flow graph, this would be my RS node, this would be ES, this here would be GS, this here would be CS. Okay, here we would have H. So here we do not have minus H, instead we have H, so it is positive feedback. So if you see here, C is going CH, so E would be equal to R plus CH. That is, as output increases, error signal increases, and it will further increase the output as C is equal to GE. So as output increases, it tends to increase itself. Okay, the output is regenerating itself, it is increasing itself. That is why it is called as regenerative feedback. Negative feedback is called as degenerative feedback. Okay, so transfer function of regenerative feedback, C by R, is G upon 1 minus GH. Okay, for a positive feedback. Now if here any time GH is equal to 1, then this transfer function would go to infinity, system would be unstable. So positive feedback systems tend to be lesser stable as compared to negative feedback system. Okay, that is why negative feedback systems are generally more stable, and positive feedback systems are generally employed in case of oscillators. Okay, let us see some problems based on sensitivity. Suppose this system is given to me. We need to find the sensitivity with respect to parameter variation k. So let us first find the transfer function. It would be G upon 1 plus GH, because here we have a negative feedback. So k by 10s plus 1 over 1 plus kkt by 10s plus 1. So it would be k upon 10s plus 1 plus k kt. Now sensitivity with respect to k would be k by t into del t by del k. So if we find del t by del k, it would be 10s plus 1 plus k kt minus k kt over 10s plus 1 plus k kt whole square. Okay, So if we find sensitivity now, this would get cancelled out. It would be k by t, that would become 10s plus 1 plus kkt into 10s plus 1 divided by 10s plus 1 plus kkt whole square. So this would get cancelled out. So the sensitivity would become now what will be the value of sensitivity now is 1 plus 10s over 1 plus 10s plus kkt. Now let us substitute these values given to us, 99 and j1. It would be 1 plus 10j over 100 plus 10j. kkt is 99, 99 plus 1 would be 100. So if we take magnitude, it would be under root 101 under root 10,000, under root 10,100. So it is almost 10 upon 100, that is 0.1. So sensitivity is almost 0.1, whereas in open loop system the sensitivity would have been 1. So we have reduced the sensitivity here by 10 in case of feedback system. So sensitivity of t with respect to k is 0.1. Remember, we are interested in magnitude of sensitivity because ratio of percentage change should be real instead of complex. So that is why we have taken magnitude. Okay, in the next problem, we have been given an error of 10% in the forward path. Feedback path is 9 by 100. We need to find the entire gain. So let us first find gain. It would be g upon 1 plus gh, that is 100 upon 1 plus 100 into 9 by 100. So it would be 10. So gain is 10. Now percentage change in g is equal to 10%. Sensitivity of t with respect to g is, we just now derived 1 by 1 plus gh, that is 1 by 1 plus 100 into 9 by 100. So that means sensitivity would be, it would be 0.1. okay, that means percentage change in t would be 0.1 into 10, that is 1%. So my total gain would be, t would be 10 plus minus 1%. So if you see, change in t is 1%, whereas change in g is 10%. So we have reduced the effect of g on t. That is the effect of feedback on parameter variation. Okay, so what we have learned till now in this lecture is effect of feedback. We saw effect of feedback is reducing the effect of disturbance and parameter variation. Disturbance and parameter variation. Then we saw sensitivity with respect to g in case of closed loop was 1 by 1 plus gh, which is less than 1, and we saw sensitivity of t with respect to h was minus 1. So no disturbance should come at in feedback. That is what we observed. Okay, so this is the effect of feedback on a performance characteristics of a control system. Okay, so the effect of feedback is explained in terms of sensitivity that we saw in this lecture. In the next lecture, we will start the analysis of control systems, but in time domain. There are two types of analysis, one in time and one in frequency domain. So we will start the analysis first in time domain.